What is up, everybody? How is it going? Austin Prechtelevate Performance, coming at you live. Hope you're having a good Thursday evening. Coming at you a little bit later than normal. Today was check-in day. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of good things going on, honestly. But today, I figured what better topic to cover because I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit sick, unfortunately, is to talk about what to do when you're sick on a fitness journey, like the things that you should actually do to make sure that you can get back in motion that much faster, get back in the swing of things that much faster. So that is what we're going to be talking about today, briefly, because I'm starting to feel like shit, and that's okay. So I'm going to take my own advice and apply what I'm about to tell you guys here shortly to my own life and to my own journey and my own day-to-day. But as you guys are tuning in, like always, let me know how your day is going. Say hello in the chat, drop a like, say hi in the comments, let me know that you're here. And we'll get this thing kicked off here in just a second momentarily. What's up, Brianna? How's it going? Let's go. We got some eyes on this live. We'll get this thing kicked off here in a second. And I just want to apologize in advance. I do feel like shit, so do not take my lack of enthusiasm as a sign of, or my dull-sounding demeanor as a lack of enthusiasm on this topic, because it's an important topic. I think I said that a couple times to some of my clients today during check-ins. I was like, hey guys, apologies in advance. It's not you, it's me. I feel like shit. It's not that I am unenthused about your progress this week. So, yeah. What's up, Brianna? Hi, heading to bed soon. Hope you get some good rest. Hey, I appreciate that. I'm gonna work. That's part of what we're gonna be talking about today. So, yeah, we're gonna get this thing kicked off here in just a second. Getting the podcast started off here in 3. Actually, I'm not gonna start here. 1 sec. Now it's about to be in 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Fit Parent Project. Today, we're going to keep this one short. I said that yesterday during yesterday's live, and then it ended up being like a 20-plus minute live podcast episode. So, hey, sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, and usually if I'm wrong, it is usually about how long I think things are going to take. That is definitely a constant struggle in my life, is overestimating how much stuff I can squeeze into my schedule, and then I always end up being like 10 minutes late to everything. That's okay. And so today we're going to be talking about something that is quite near and dear to my not heart, but what's kind of going on today. I am not feeling too hot today. I'm actually feeling a little bit sick, and so I figured what better thing to talk about, what better concept and topic to go over than what to actually do in your fitness journey or your weight loss journey when you're sick. And we're going to be talking about the things that you need to do to make sure that you make the most progress possible while you're sick on your fitness journey. Because a lot of times, I have a kid. He's not 4. He turned 4 yesterday. I'm sick, probably because of him. And if you're a parent, you know that children are little petri dishes that give germs out like candy at a parade, basically. Like anytime, I cannot tell you how much more often I get sick now because I have a kid, especially a kid that goes to daycare, and it happens a lot. And so it's inevitably going to happen to you. Everybody gets sick at some point, especially if you have a kid. You're going to get sick probably more often than not. And so that's what we're going to talk about today: is what to actually do, in your fitness journey, in your weight loss journey when you get sick. So, like I said, everybody gets sick at some point in their life. It's always super inconvenient when it happens. It's especially bad, like I said, when you have kids that go to school and daycare and they're always bringing bugs home. But what is the best thing to actually do when you're trying to live a healthier lifestyle by exercising and eating right, and then illness strikes, right? This is kind of a list, just kind of like 3, 4, maybe 5 tips that I got for you guys today on what to do, what you should do when you get sick and want to get back to kicking ass in the gym that much faster, when you want to get back to kicking ass with your weight loss journey. Number one, sleep/rest. Sleep/rest. This is probably the most important, honestly. Sleeping when you are sick is crucial because that is when your body is in repair mode, right? A lot of times people think like, oh, like, and this goes back to another concept, people think that they build muscle in the gym. People think that's whenever they're building muscle and they're getting bigger and things like that. No. Sleep is when your body repairs itself. When you're working out, you're breaking down the muscle. Sleep is when it gets repaired. Same thing, whenever you're sick, that's when your body is in repair mode, is when you're sleeping. And so your immune system function and sleep are super connected. More often than not, like if you get shitty sleep and you get like exposed to like a disease or an illness or whatever it may be, you're probably going to be way more likely to get sick because your immune system is like down. It's running on fumes if your sleep is shit. So make sure that you're getting good sleep is really important. The more sleep that you get, the more robust your immune system is actually going to be at fighting whatever bug that you may have. Also, just a side note, like your body's fever response is actually better when you're sleeping. So you want to make sure that you're like getting adequate sleep, getting more sleep than you normally would, because your body is fighting some shit off. And if you try to work out, and we'll talk about that here in just a second, you go and try and work out when you're sick, you're doing yourself a disservice. And I'll talk about that here in just a second. But tip number 2, right? Hydration. Hydration is key. Drinking plenty of fluids is vital to your recovery. When you're sick, a lot of times your body is producing like a high level of mucus, maybe you're vomiting, or you have like a fever. All of these symptoms can result in dehydration. So, and not only are most people dehydrated anyways, because people don't get enough water in on a daily basis, especially when you're sick, your body needs water to function optimally. But it especially needs it when you're sick. So make sure that you're drinking plenty of water in general, and this is probably another topic for another podcast in the future, but how much water should you actually get in general? Around half a gallon to 2 gallons, half a gallon. Getting ahead of myself there. You can do it. But typically, I suggest half a gallon to about a gallon per day is a good rule of thumb. And so number 3 though, and this is probably the most freaking important one for everybody out there that's listening to this right now. Especially after kind of going through a pandemic, people are, more respectful of this stuff to an extent. But don't work out on your days that you're sick. Do not work out if you're sick. Take a freaking rest day or rest days. Do not work out while you're sick. Your immune system and your central nervous system are stressed out. They are taxed from dealing with your sick ass, right? With your, I don't know why, but just saying the word sick ass kind of made me laugh there. But don't put your body under more stress. Don't put your central nervous system, your immune system, your body in general under more stress. Your workout's probably going to suck anyways, and you're doing more harm than good to your body. Let your body heal. You're running the risk of just, and at the end of the day too, like before I jump into this topic, this part of this, let your body heal. Your workout is probably going to be shitty. It's going to probably be subpar. You're not going to have an effective workout, and you're also probably going to be prolonging how long you're sick for, which is defeating the purpose. Like you're just extending the potential for you to be sick and have shitty workouts and feeling like crap even longer. Don't do that to yourself. Like take the rest day. Your body is not in like building muscle mode, right? Or weight loss mode. It's in I'm trying to freaking survive mode. It does not care about those things. It just wants to keep you alive. And so it's going to do what it can to try and make that happen by making you feel like crap and making you want to sleep more and recover. Listen to it. Listen to it, listen to it, listen to it. Let it heal. And so the other thing I want to say on this is, you're also running the risk of kind of being a dickbag. And I can say this because this is my freaking podcast. Being in my live, like you being a dickbag and getting other innocent people sick by spreading germs, man. Like at the gym, don't be that person. I get it. I didn't used to think about that. I was a little bit more selfish when I was younger. And going to the gym and wasn't really thinking about it. Like, it's one of those things though. If you're going to the gym and you got a cold and you're like coughing up the joint, like you're just spreading germs and being a jerk. Like, just stay home and work out from your house if you got to have a workout. Work out from home if you have to. But like typically a good general rule of thumb is if it's above the neck, right, or above if it's all in the head and throat above, you're probably okay to work out at home, right, where you're not going to give it to other people. But at the end of the day, like, just don't be that person. And if you really want to work out from at home, right? Do something at home. If it's below the neck and down, you're probably gonna end up, again, prolonging it, making yourself feel shittier. Like, just take the The mentality I like to have around this is, take the strategic L, right? I call it the strategic L because you view it as a loss in the moment because I'm not I can't go to the gym, I can't get my workout in, I'm falling behind, whatever. You're not falling behind. This is going to happen anyways. You're going to be sick. You're sick. You can't do anything about it. Take the strategic L, which is actually a W in disguise, triple down on recovery so that way you can get back in action that much faster. That is my mentality about it. Anytime you get sick, take the strategic L, right? Because it's not actually an L. It's you giving your body what it needs so that way it can function properly that much faster in the future. And do that for yourself. Just do that for yourself, and you're gonna be glad that you did. Your body needs. And this last tip that I have for you guys is eat. Eat. If you are not sick, eat. Your body needs energy to recover. Food is energy. And obviously, if you're vomiting and you can't keep food down, don't eat. Don't force it. I'm not saying that. But if you can eat, make sure that you get plenty of protein in to maintain your muscle and to consume adequate amounts of fruits and veggies for their micronutrient content. Micronutrients are super important for your immune system to operate effectively. Things like zinc, magnesium, vitamin E, C, B6, those are all very important and, in relation to immune function. So those are really important ones to try to get in. But yeah, don't throw everything out the window. It's one of those things, I get it. I've been there. A lot of my clients have been sick recently. And it's one of those things where focus on what you can control, not what you can't, right? You may not be able to go get a super effective workout today, right? You may not be able to do that because you feel like shit, your muscles are aching, and rightfully so. You shouldn't probably go to the gym. You should probably rest. But if you can't, control that, you can't go get a good workout in, you can still control your diet, right? You can still focus on your nutrition. You can still control your nutrition. You can still track your food to an extent. You can still get your protein in, assuming you have an appetite, right? And I get it. Sometimes we get aversions to food when we get sick, so just trying to do your best in those moments is what's most important. And we're just focusing on that progress, not perfection kind of mentality. And just knowing that, in those moments, there's always something in a situation that we can control, right? Yeah, you can't control that you got sick. You can't control that you can't get your workout on potentially, but you can control your nutrition. And at the end of the day, especially when it comes to weight loss and fat loss in general, nutrition is king. Nutrition is the biggest rock that you can move when it comes to your weight loss goals. And having that dialed in when you're sick is super important. And so if you can focus on that and you can control that and you have the mental and emotional and maybe physical bandwidth to pay attention to that and to track your food, do that. That's going to make a big impact. I know I have clients that threw everything out the window at times when it came to their plan. They didn't work out and they didn't track. And guess what? They ended up gaining some weight. Which at the end of the day, again, it's okay, right? It's you're sick, you feel like shit. Pick up the pieces and get it back on the wagon and move forward, right? That's okay. But I mention that just because I have clients who don't do their workouts because I'm like, don't work out. Take multiple rest days until you feel better. But that did focus on their nutrition and they saw progress. They ended up losing weight. They ended up getting closer to their goals because they did the thing that they could control, right? And when you compare those two situations, it's like, why not focus on what you can control, right? Why not focus on that nutrition and just having that dialed in, and that can make a big difference. And at the end of the day, right? When we get sick, I just kind of had a comparison there where you can make progress when it's happening, but at the end of the day, a lot of times in these situations, maintenance is a win. Maintenance is truly a win because when you're feeling sick, when you're feeling shitty, when you're not feeling up to par with where you normally are, maintenance in a lot of ways is a win. And sometimes too, and this is just to set the expectation. You may weigh more after you've been sick. There's a variety of reasons why that may be. You're less, mobile, right? You're probably more sedentary. You're not moving around as much because you feel like crap. You may have been, not eating as much as, or you may have been eating more than you used to because you're, giving into cravings and things like that. That could be a thing. Calories aside, that's one thing. But the other side of things is just being more sedentary. Your body's probably super inflamed, so you may be holding on to more water than normal. And so just have the expectation that after this, period of like maintenance. If you step on the scale after a week or two of being sick and it didn't move, like, count that as a W. Like, take that W, because you just went through a bunch of shit. You just had a bunch of shit happen. And if you didn't regress, like, that's a huge win, and you should see it as that. And so just know that you guys have got this shit. Like, if you're sick right now, if your kid got you sick, just know that it will pass. And just don't, have that all in, all out mentality. Just know that you can still make progress. You can move the needle forward in these moments, and do it, right? And just do it, and just, make it happen for yourself. And at the end of the day, I hope that this helps. I hope that this was helpful, to focus on those things. Do not feel bad about missing your workouts when you're sick. Do not do that to yourself, because you're actually doing yourself a favor by taking a rest day or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. And so, yeah, I'm going to listen to my own advice, though, and I'm going to try my best to rest and relax for the rest of this day and probably tomorrow. And hopefully I will also be back in action tomorrow, maybe not, maybe this weekend, hopefully, because my kid's birthday party is this weekend. So, yeah, but other than that, hope you guys got value from this, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye, guys. And that's a wrap. We still did it. We got the 5. We're still on track. 5 podcasts a week, 5 lives a week. We're making it happen, even though I feel like butts right now. One of my favorite quotes ever, that it's not even a quote, really. It is a quote because it came from a friend that I knew back in my college days. I'll never forget, and the only reason I'm thinking about this right now is because I hung out with his significant other. She was in town visiting for work, and Jessica and I ended up getting dinner with her. Shout out to you, Erica. But I was talking to her about it, and how he coined this term, and I pretty much say it every time I get sick now, just because it was so iconic. He was just like, I remember I walked into because we were all staying up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan doing like a thing for like college credits, basically. And I walk in, and you could tell he just felt like shit. And I walk in, and I'm like, "Hey, how are you feeling, man?" He's like, "I'm feeling like a bag of dicks right now." And I will never forget that moment, having somebody describe how they feel I feel like a bag of dicks. And ever since then, that's just been my go-to description of how I feel when I'm sick. And on that note, I'm going to go help Jessica with putting the kid to bed. But other than that, have a good rest of your day, guys. Hope you got value from this. And yeah, let me know your number one takeaway in the comments down below. But don't make yourself feel bad if you're sick. Just rest up, focus on recovery, triple down on recovery, so that way you can get back in action that much faster. And that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to get some freaking sleep. I'm ready for it. Let's go, guys. Talk to y'all later. Bye. Boop. Bye, Facebook.